We've got my good friend, Dr. Stephen LeBoeuf. LeBoeuf, how you doing?
Oh, just trying to make a living in this dog eat dog capitalist world. What about yourself?
I'm hanging in. I'm hanging in. Um, for those of you not familiar, LeBoeuf is the president and co-founder of Valencell. You may not know Valencell as a company, but if you know about Jabra earbuds that measure your heart rate or a bunch of other things, that's Valencell technology inside. You've been banging away at this wearable, invisible medical data, for quite some time.
Been
And
a
I'm
long time, been a long time.
exactly, and so I'm um, fascinated to hear what you have to say about where you see we're headed in terms of remote patient monitoring, because that's, I think, such an important thing. So take it away.
Right, y'all. I believe you can all see my screen now. Thank you for your time. My name is Dr. Stephen LeBoeuf, and I'm one of the founders and also president of Valencell. Valencell, you might be familiar with. Valencell started a long time ago in 2006, before there were any really wearables as we know them today at all. And the core technology we developed, which is in hundreds of millions of devices today, is this wearable photoplethysmography technology, or PPG technology, that has been responsible for being really the workhorse of modern wearables today. It particularly making that technology motion tolerant so that you could pull accurate metrics from it. And so what my discussion today is about is how this technology really represents the workhorse for wearable physiological monitoring, particularly with respect now to this emerging category of medical wearables and its applications towards remote patient monitoring. So I'll start first by talking about modern PPG itself in a nutshell. I've got some slides on that. Also, explaining the photoplethysmography or PPG value proposition for medical wearables. Then also some of the key challenges and how to overcome them. Because for for medical wearables to really take off, motion tolerant PPG does require some improvement. And so how to do that, I'll go through that. Also, considerations for these PPG-based consumer medical wearables, then some emerging use cases in PPG in healthcare, and then some final closing thoughts. So first, let's talk about PPG itself. And I think the best way to explain this technology, this PPG, it's an optical sensing technology, which I will talk a little bit more about. But if you look at where heart rate monitors were, wearable heart rate monitors were in 2014, there were about maybe 10 to 20 million HRM, heart rate monitoring chest straps in the marketplace. And with the advent of PPG to do the monitoring, where you can now put this on a much better location than, say, the chest, this marketplace has expanded to about 500 million, half a billion PPG based HRMs in the marketplace today in many form factors. And one of the biggest reasons why is the chest strap is a great way to measure heart rate. Damn, is it good? It is really good. Um, Nobody likes to wear it. I mean, if you basically go to anybody in the world and say, would you rather wear, say, a wrist worn wearable or a finger worn wearable versus a chest worn? I mean, everybody, if they have an arm in hand, they're going to pick the ring and wrist over the chest. And it's just how it is, even though the chest is so good. Of course, PPG has its challenges, and that's part of what this presentation is about. But PPG itself has a few components to it that are important. Now, I kind of breaking it out into four different components here for y'all. The first is the sensor technology itself. The sensor technology is really this optomechanical sensor component, which guides light into the body in a particular way and guides light back into the sensor in a particular way. And also has some kind of way to remove the noise. Usually, what that means is that sensor has some type of motion sensor in it of some form to help remove the noise, which kind of takes you to the next part, the signal processing. When this PPG data gets collected from the body, this optical signal coming from the body, which I'll show you what that optical sensor signal rather means in I think the next slide. But when you take this optical data from the body, it's full of noise. I mean, if you're perfectly at rest, as in a hospital, you get these beautiful waveforms as soon as you move. Sometimes, even when you just think about moving, you get noise. And it has to be removed. Otherwise, you corrupt your signal. And so a large part of the process